This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado. I'm here with Todalen Marketing and Media. Since 1999, they have been providing a market strategy to help you reach your target audience and the right message. I'm joined with the founders, Dewayne and Michelle. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off with you, creative director, with over 2 decades of experience in marketing. Your own business, as well as the automotive industry, working with premier dealerships. You've taken your experience and become a content strategist with an emphasis on video that can maximize anyone's marketing message. Share with me a little bit how you got involved in this line of work.
Well, I've always been in the creative space. It's been something, even when I was younger, I'd love to create and craft different creative type of ideas. So it was a natural for me, I think, to move into marketing in general. But specifically video, as we all know, has been not only in high demand, but it's been far more effective, I think, than pretty much any other medium that people are considering. So we moved into that space 2017.
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic. Michelle is Director of Operations. Prior to partnering up with Dewayne in business, she worked as an assistant executive with Colorado Early Colleges with an eye and really a personality for detail and the ability to manage the many moving parts of marketing, especially marketing projects. Your skills are utilized to finish the job successfully. Share with me why you felt this was a good fit for you.
Well, I mean, Dewayne and I really work well together anyway. And I think because Dewayne is creative, he's not always so organized. And I think I keep him on task and the project's moving forward. So I think that's a good fit for me.
That is excellent. Dewayne, if you told me that video is king, well, you'd be preaching to the choir. As we capture your story on video, explain why nothing quite captures the essence of an organization like video.
Well, from our experience, you're going to find the emotion is really coming forward in a video. Like I mentioned, no other medium can do that. So we've been in interviews where we think we're going in to interview something like, say, for example, a housing development. And then we'll leave the camera rolling and we'll get a story that we never thought was there that actually ties in very well to kind of illustrate the unique history of the place or what makes this place special. So we've had so many encounters like that. Video, again, if you're trying to communicate features and benefits, that's all fine. But I think that the big draw is the emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Emotions in motion really is what you're capturing. Michelle, let's face it, video just works. Companies and nonprofits know that they need to video really to grow their company. But would you say many just do not know where to begin?
I would think I think that is true. And I think that a lot of times we think we can just pull out our iPhone and capture that. And you can to some degree. However, when you have a nonprofit, you might want to go with a professional, not just nonprofit, but many of our companies that want a professional image. And so I think that's what we bring.
I mean, video is great, I always say, but if you don't have it, it's not good. But if you have bad video, just as bad. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, you're representing your company. And, again, there's a great space for those quick iPhone captures. But when you need professional video, I think we want telling the story.
Dewayne, to tell their story using video, you have to know their story. How important is getting to know your client and truly learning their mission?
Well, you do your homework, which I can tell, and we try to do the same. We basically take as much time as we can in the discovery call to really dig deep, understand what their objective is, because I think that's the biggest, as Michelle was saying, we can all pull out the iPhone, but sometimes there's not really a direction or a goal in mind. What we're trying to do is find that gap that's saying a video will accomplish either higher sales or help us reach a particular target audience. And so we do that kind of due diligence at the beginning so that we know exactly what kind of video we need to produce.
Excellent. So not only the production, the equipment, and the expertise, but we're talking about a plan you're going in and executing. Michelle, in researching companies for CNTV, I peruse hundreds, if not thousands of websites. You have a great website.
Thank you.
Not all are. Is website design something that your company can help your clients with as well?
Yes, we can. We've actually started off having a web development company in the early years.
Okay.
So yes, that is something that we provide as well. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, actually that is our history. Back when websites, believe it or not, were even wondering, do you need one? We had started a company in Omaha, Nebraska that grew, and then we ultimately sold that company. And when we moved out here in 2012, we picked that aspect up because the videos that we were producing, as you say, sometimes their websites are also not reflecting their brand. So we try to say, to them, your website has to live somewhere. Usually your video has to live somewhere. So usually that's your website, which is your home base. But beyond that, I think that a lot of folks just need a refresh. It's kind of like we're, internet years, 2 or 3 years, your brand is starting to either change or need to be refreshed. And I think a website can really help.
Comes in our clothes, we change.
Yes.
Not that, right? Out then. Speaking of a place for your video, to create a powerful website, content is king. Do you incorporate video into these websites, and do the two kind of go hand in hand?
Yeah, well, I think there's certainly a relationship there, but what I'm, again, trying to communicate more and more is that video has to have a plan. So whether it's going to be going to social, or it's going to be hitting even LinkedIn, and that kind of, that direction could have a different flavor than, say, Instagram. So we're all trying to sit down, discover exactly what their goals are, how video is going to impact or reach those goals. And your website, again, I always say, is kind of like your headquarters. It's where people really do go to research you further. But these points of interest throughout the social media platforms, we have to be aware of who they are and how they might ultimately find out more about you.
So having the end use in mind is what you're going in and producing. Michelle, you guys have a beautiful facility where you can meet, discuss, and even produce content. But much of what you create is done on location, and not only local, but really anywhere.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we love traveling. We've been up to Monterey, California to do a bullfighting, which was so fun. So we like being on location to capture as well as in studio. Some people just feel more comfortable with the teleprompter and, that.
Yeah, and that also, I think, speaks to their objective. In the case of like going to capture a bullfighting event, you can't do that in studio, right? So we got to go where the action is. And I think that's also, it's an exciting part of what we do because we get you so many great experiences and wonderful clients.
Yeah.
Dewayne, if your website is the place the public goes to find you, or worse, as you say, goes to eliminate you, then social media is where they engage with you. Is social media an area that you can help create awareness and build that relationship with your client?
Well, it's fundamental. I don't think that today, I call social media Web 2.0 because, and I think it's even growing beyond that to where we're in a 3.0 kind of environment. But yeah, I think that your social media has got to be on point. It's got to be at least, considered as part of the bigger media solution because videos alone really don't have a lot of value if they're not being seen, right? So we actually, in some way, not force, but as we were producing some of these videos, we'd be very proud of them. Our clients would love them. They'd feel like it was done well. And then we'd visit with them many months down the road, and we noticed that they weren't getting a lot of views. So we have to kind of take in all of those aspects, and so we incorporated that into our business plan.
I think for myself, I look at a company, and their website is the static view of them, and then go to their social media and get the real breathing feel of what their personality is, and it tells me quite a bit. Michelle, when it comes to capturing the essence of a company, no company is the same. Is this a customized approach that you take for each client and not a one-size-fits-all?
I think so. I think we take any client that comes in, we sit down with them, we spend some time with them, get to know them. What's your objective? Again, Dewayne has talked about saying, where do you want to be and how can we bridge that gap to get you where you want to be?
Dewayne, your facility here is in Greenwood Village. The company continues to grow. What do you see some future plans coming?
Well, actually, we do have a large facility here in Greenwood Village, but we're moving to, I would call it right size back to Parker. So we're going to be on Main Street late June. That move was because, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of our work is still where the action is.
Yeah.
So we still are interested in what this facility was originally designed for, which was podcasting. But we found that, the ratio of podcasting in the mix of marketing is not always an element for every client. So we realize we don't need such a large facility. So we're right sizing, as I call it, back to Parker, which is right on Main Street, which is where we spend most of our time anyway.
and better utilize the budget for your clients as well, because they're out and about
Yes.
and coming to them. Is podcast rental still going to be available at that location?
Yeah, that's a good question. We are going to continue that. That's why we found this specific space, because it does lend itself for in-studio podcasting and other scripted
Right.
type of videos.
So definitely some growth you're going into as far as being able to go out and service these folks on location, and yet still have a facility where you can sit down and discuss. That's great. Dewayne, you are a content strategist, but what gets you up every day is you truly enjoy helping your clients succeed. Regardless of the size of business, you're a fellow business owner, you understand the challenges, you're a valued partner who is willing to go the extra mile. Is this continually rewarding for you?
You actually really summarize it. We love working with small businesses. And I say that small is not really even the right term. We love working with businesses that are a good fit for us. You mentioned earlier, and that is a saying I've used a lot, people go to your website not to find you, but to eliminate you. Well, I feel the same is true when someone's looking for someone to help them with their marketing, not just their video, not just their website, or even their social. I think a lot of times they're looking for a good fit, a good partner.
Sure.
So we get up every day and we really look for those opportunities, and we hope at the end of the day that we have not just clientele, but we have friends.
Yeah.
Excellent. Michelle, you work closely with each client, listening to fully understand the entire scope of each project. And as you well know, creative people can sometimes overlook a few details. Therefore, your expertise is in communication and executing each step to a successful conclusion. When it all comes together for a client, does it put a smile on your face?
Absolutely.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, I love what we do. And I love that Dewayne and I are able to work together on that. So I love my role in the business. He gets to be the face and the creative, and I can just come up and support him with that. So it's wonderful.
Great, Tim. You fit together, and you're also looking for that fit out there. I definitely think there's many clients out there that can benefit from what you provide. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, check out all the services they provide for you, be it video productions, maybe even some web development help if you need that. They have a great pass with that as well. Social media marketing. You can see the areas that they serve and check out some of their work. Basically going to entice you and make you understand why people really resonate with video. They get to know who you are and capture the essence of your organization. If you realize that you need video to maximize your marketing, but you're not sure where to begin, well, there's good news. You have found the right place. Once again, that is Todalen Marketing and Media. Set up a consultation today. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.